Velites, thank you for your love and support, and I welcome you all to my channel. Many black South Africans are poor because they are lazy to work. Many South Africans do not want to own a land that they will use to generate income. They prefer to go look for a job, work for somebody else to pay them. So for this, they move from the rural areas to the urban areas like Cape Town, Johannesburg, to go and work for somebody so that at the end of the month they will be paid. That when you give a black South African land and you put a job worth 20,000 rand, the black South African will go for the job instead of the land. And that those that accept the land also end up giving out the land back because they are always interested in getting money. And according to source, it is because of the education that the black South Africans receive. The education do not equip them with skills that they can use to develop their land. It's not only black South Africans, it's all over Africa. We the youth today are not interested in farming, in agriculture. All we are looking for is go to school, get a job, get paid at the end of the month. Yet we have forgotten that if I have a land, I can develop it into something meaningful. Deciding what you do with your land that will generate income. For instance, you can have a land that you can plant vegetables. At the end of the day, you sell them, you make money. Others can decide to rent this to people that can have something to do and they will pay at the end of the month. There are a lot of things that you can use your land for to generate income that will be more than the amount of money they pay you at the end of the month. I learned a lot of South Africans, even if they own the land in 5 years, 4, 3, 5 years, they don't see the necessity of the land because the land is not able to generate income for them that they are looking for. So they believe that working for somebody at the end of the month and being paid is the best way to go. But that is what is keeping us poor, because the person you are working for buys your time and decide what to give to you. But if you're able to develop your land into something beneficial, at the beginning it might be hard, but when everything is finally successful, you make more than what you gain at the end of the month. So the solution is not by moving away. If you keep leaving your land for job, what are you going to leave behind for your children and your next generation? And this is why a lot of black South Africans do not have land. And these are the reason to which you keep losing the little that you have to the oppressor. Because they have taken the land. If it is farming, they decide what to do, employ you on the farm, you go and work, and at the end of the day, they give you what they feel like giving to you. We need you to own the land. Even if you have it and you don't know what to do with it, rent it. The land is more valuable than the job. They can sack you from the job at any time if you don't do what they wish. But your land is your land. The business you set, you determine the terms and conditions of your business. Buy people's time if you want to make money.
Many black people in this country, arguably the majority of black people in this country, do not want land. People say, no, there's no such thing. There is. Black people in South Africa will leave villages, will leave townships and migrate to another township or an informal settlement, a squatter camp, in urban areas close to cities because they are looking for opportunities to make money. They will leave big parcels of land to go and live in a shack because they want money. If it was only about land, many black people would go and live on Ingonyama Trust land. They'd go and live on other tribal communal land. They would go somewhere else, but they don't. There are economic migrants from the Eastern Cape, from the Free State, from KwaZulu, from Mpumalanga, from Limpopo, from other parts of the country that gravitate towards a Durban, that gravitate towards a Johannesburg, that gravitate towards a Cape Town, looking for opportunities for a better life, not looking for land. But of course, one of the conversations is it's because their land doesn't have opportunity. And the question becomes, who is meant to fix this? Is it government? Is it meant to be the people that are meant to farm and work the land or develop properties or find some type of tourist attractions? That becomes a very important conversation. The average black person in this country asked, they can lie to you in the comments, they can lie on polls on Twitter. The average black person in this country asked, would you like 2 hectares of land or would you like a job that gives you 30,000 Rand a month? I can tell you now they'll take the job. Some of them, you'll give them the land, let them have it for 5 years, and then thereafter ask them, do you still want to keep the land or do you want a job for 30,000? They will take the job. Because many people have received land and it lies fallow, or they sell it, or they lease it to someone else. Sadly, because our education system in this country is not focused on skills development. The average black child doesn't know how to farm and work the land. They don't understand it. The average black child doesn't know how to develop property on land, especially for commercial purposes. The average black child doesn't understand tourism, that I have a piece of land, I can have a tourist attraction to attract people, whether local tourists or foreign, to come to my piece of land, maybe watch dancing, maybe come watch the ocean or a piece of water, maybe come camp, maybe come hike, and I will make money here. The people are not taught skills. So land to them becomes something useless. I can give you a building on a small piece of land, the room the size of where we shoot on the panel show. And one person will look at this piece of land and say, I will plant spinach and sell that spinach to Spar, Pick n Pay, and make 10,000 Rand a month. The next person will say, on this piece of land, I'm going to open a spaza shop and I'm going to sell to people and I'm going to make 20,000 Rand a month. The next person will say, on this little piece of land, I'm going to dance every day and people come watch me and throw money and I'll make 5,000 Rand a month. The next person will say, I'll take this piece of land and I'll let a 3-person family come rent it at 800 Rand per month. The next person will take this piece of property and land and say, I'm going to put a call center in here and there's going to be 10 people that work in a call center and the call center will generate 40,000 Rand a month. The next person will say, I'm going to take this little room, turn it into a hedge fund, and I'm going to bring hedge fund managers and we're going to manage 100 million Rand here and we're going to be making R1 million a month on this same piece of property, based on your skills, based sometimes on your location,